And hopefully my computer is not running slow today. So just give me 1 second.
All gone. All gone. Second paycheck of the month. So.
All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. You are in a courtroom. So wherever you may be it at your house, at your office, what you need to realize is that you are in a courtroom, and anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To all of the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back. You are also not allowed to try to pick up dates. And that goes for anyone on this Zoom. And I know you're probably saying, why would she tell us this? Because it's been done. So if you want to try to pick up a date, you need to do that on your own time, not on our time. To all the persons here, I'm going to open up breakout rooms. When I open up breakout rooms, it's going to invite you to a breakout room. Do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a breakout room. To all those who are here who are accused of offenses, your name is not going to be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it's because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom. Just 1 moment. Let me make someone a co-host. All right, so you will not hear your name call. You'll hear your attorney's name call. If you do not hear your attorney's name call, please do not worry. That means your attorney is zooming into another courtroom. Your attorney will be here. You will get a chance to speak with your attorney. When I invite your attorney to a breakout room, do not ask, am I being invited to the breakout room? Not at this time. It will be your attorney and the prosecutor. When your attorney wants you to go to that breakout room, trust me, your attorney will invite you to that breakout room. To all attorneys, if you have an agreement, no matter how small the agreement, you need to put that in agreement in the chat box to Ferguson coordinator. That's how she's listed. If your client is on bond, they will need your client's email address. Attorneys, I'm going to call your name, and that's the order in which you will appear. Doug Campbell, PQ. Andrew Froelich, H. Dave Sanchez, Leo Hernandez, Michael Latimer, Robert Brauback, Patricia Vera, Warren Wolf, Alfredo Ortiz, Lauren Lefton, Ron Zimmerman, Mimi Walters, Jonathan Watkins, Edward Garcia, Alberto Acevedo, Lorraine Efron, Donald Wilson, Javier Garcia, Arlene Gay, and Bridget Garza. Is there anyone whose name I have missed? Any attorney?
Judge, I'm here for Linda Corley.
Okay.
Judge Ed Garza.
I called you.
Oh.
That's okay.
Well, I thought you said Edward Garcia, Ed Garcia, but okay.
All right, no problem. I probably
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, you're here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone else whose name was missed? All right, attorneys, you see where you fall on the list. If you want to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you leave and your name is called, you will be put at the end of the list. Attorneys, as you can see, there are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. So when I send you to a breakout room, think of it as the doctor's office. When the nurse calls you to the back, you're not seeing the doctor right away. They're checking your weight and your blood pressure. So today, I want everyone to put some patience in your pocket, take it out as needed. Attorneys, when I call your name, I'm going to need the name of your client, and I need to know whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. Doug Campbell.
Judge, I've got Roland Sines, who I believe is present in the Zoom courtroom. It's family violence. If I could talk to a prosecutor, that'd be great.
How do you spell the last name?
Sines, S-A-E-N-Z.
Okay, I got my letters turned. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. He-Q Lee.
Good morning, Judge. I'm using her computer. I changed my name for you.
Okay.
I have Andre Watson and Ms. Whitley. I've been conferring with Tom Nisbet, CTD, on both.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3, and thanks for changing your name.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
Andrew Froelich.
Morning, Judge. I have Mario Medellin in the docket today. I'm hoping he's in the courtroom, the physical courtroom.
All right, and is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's criminal trial division.
I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. H. Dave Sanchez. You're muted.
Morning, Judge. I'm here on Dylan Matthew Guetta. It's a criminal trial division case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Okay.
Leo Hernandez.
Good morning.
Leo Hernandez.
This is a criminal trial division case, and I've been conferring with Hunter Morris.
Oh, no. Is Leo Hernandez the defendant's name?
Yes.
All right, then. Okay. You're up next. And you say it's criminal trial division?
Yes.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Robert Brawback.
Yes, good morning, Judge. It's the defendant is Jacob Vasquez, Criminal Trial Division. I've been conferring with Hunter Morris.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 7.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll come back when you're done with that. Okay. Come back in.
Patricia Vieira.
Good morning, Judge. I have Christian Buffin and it's CTD.
Thank you for changing your name.
Welcome.
I'm going to send you to number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
Warren Wolf.
Good morning. I've got
Good morning.
Justin Rodriguez. He's in the physical courtroom this morning, and this is a family violence case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alfredo Ortiz. You're muted.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Brianna Marie Cuellar. I have had no communications with Ms. Cuellar. Her mother, I talked to her mother yesterday, and she informed me that Ms. Cuellar is in federal custody in Del Rio. She was arrested earlier this month, transporting undocumented persons.
All right, Brenna, do you see what page, or does anyone see what page she's on?
She's on page 11.
All right. All right, if you want to, if you could zoom back in at 10:30, and we're going to see if we can track her down. And you
Will
say
do.
she's in federal custody?
Correct, in Del Rio, Valverde County.
All right, if you can zoom back in at 10:30, we'll see what we can find out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lauren Lefton.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
Good morning, Greg.
Good. I'm here on Clinton Bradley. I don't know if he's present or not, but it's a criminal trial division case, and I can.
I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Ron Zimmerman.
Yes, Judge, I'm here on Ricardo Tovar. This is Criminal Trial Division. And if I may confer with Hunter Morris, please.
I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, I don't know if it's important, but I'm back from conferring about Mario Medellin. This is
All
Andrew.
right. Just give me one moment.
No problem.
Manu Walters.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on Ruby Betancourt. I have a new job and did not realize I was still on this case, and so I had not made efforts to get in contact with her until I saw the Zoom link yesterday. She's on a PR bond, and I've never heard anything from the PR bond people on her, and so I think that she's in contact with them, but I was not able to reach them or her, so I don't think she knows about this hearing.
All right. So are you withdrawing from this case?
Yes, I'm withdrawing from everything.
All right.
So my apologies. I did not realize I was still on this. I thought I'd been taken off of all of my stuff.
Okay, no problem. If you want to, you can be excused, and we'll see about getting her an attorney.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Jonathan Watkins.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Richard Garza. It is a trial division matter. My client is present, and I had been conferring with Mr. Morris.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 12.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Edward Garza.
Good morning, Your Honor. My client is Humberto Sanchez. I believe it's a family violence case. I think it might be David Martin's case.
All right, I'm sending you to lucky breakout room number 13. I say that, but I'm telling you, it's a lucky breakout room.
I'm not that superstitious. Thank you.
Sure. Alberto Acevedo.
Judge, I have a Lexington Harris, that's CTD.
Send you to breakout room number 14.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lorraine Efron. Lorraine Efron.
Yes, Your Honor. This is her law clerk. Let me get her right now.
All right. Hi.
Judge, hi, Judge. I'm in a Zoom and civil presiding. And
Oh,
I'm
no
just-
problem. We'll come back to you. That's not a problem.
Thank you, Judge.
And Ms. Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Sandoval, you're going to get an
Donna Wilson.
Morning, Judge. I've got Theo King. It's a criminal trial division case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 15.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Javier Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
We
morning.
have Dustin Newkirk. It is a criminal trial division case, and Mr. Shannon Locke's the attorney of record.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Arlene Gay.
Good morning. I have Autumn Flynn with Trial Division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 17. Bridget Garza. Bridget Garza. All right, Kim for Linda Corley.
Judge, we have Santiago Olivo, and it's a criminal trial division case.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 18.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jeff Mulliner.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I've been this is a CTD case, Alejandra Silva. She's present. There's an related unindicted case. I've been talking to Mike Cohen in intake, and he's been talking to Mr. Nisbet.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 19.
Yes, Your Honor.
James Ishimoto.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on Christina Wallace. It's a trial division case.
Send you to breakout room number 20.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, is there any attorney who has not been assigned yet to a breakout room? All right, everyone, just give me one moment. Bridget Garza.
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Grace Tilton. She's a criminal trial division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 21.
Thank you. Judge, do we know if she's present?
I'm here. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew Froelich, you're back.
I'm also on mute. Yes, Your Honor, back. I have conferred. That didn't do much good, though. I don't have any contact with Mario Medellin right now, so I don't know if he's in the courtroom.
Let me check. He is not in the courtroom. Is there a Mario Medellin on the Zoom? All right, if you, what I usually do is I give everyone till 10:30. Do you want to Zoom back in at 10:30?
I do have another couple of hearings this morning, Judge. I will try to Zoom back in.
Well, I mean, if you can't Zoom back in, we'll take it up now.
It's not gonna, yeah, that's fine.
All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Court is calling 2021 CR 4509, State of Texas versus Mario Medellin. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Andrew Freilich.
Right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 9:23 a.m. There has not been a Mario Medellin on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been a Mario Medellin in the courtroom?
No, Judge, he is not.
All right, and that's Deputy Mejia. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
He did call me one time, maybe a month or two ago, but he's not available. I checked with pretrial services and got defendant contact information. I called him and I called both of his active references to try to get a hold of him, and none of them responded. Oh, and I also sent him a letter.
All right, state.
Judge, we're asking that his bond be forfeited and a warrant issued.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, let the court know, have him present himself, and I'll reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe
All right,
excuse.
yes, thank you. All right, Patricia, you're back from a breakout room.
Yes, Judge, I conferred with Marcus. Marcus is going to contact the complaining witnesses in this case who's expressed to me a desire to drop the charges. So he wants to check for himself on that. And I want to see if we can just go ahead and move it to the next setting to allow him time to do that.
All right. Brenda, do you see Christian Buffin on the docket? Let's see.
I am here.
Page
present.
11, no, Judge. We see you here. Just one second.
Page 11. Page 11.
All right, thank you. Norma, on Christian Buffin, can you give a 30-day reset for the state to do some investigation?
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on July 20th.
All right, we'll see you back on July 20th.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
Judge, I send you a chat.
Okay. All right. Adam Cobbs.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sorry for my tardiness. I was wrapping up another Zoom. I've got a Chastity Gomez. I didn't see her on the list, but she may be on there under a different name. Looking at my file, Your Honor, I don't see that I've had any contact with her. I did ask my office to contact pretrial to try and get a good number.
Do you wish to proceed, or do you want to Zoom back in at 10:30?
I'd like to try and reach her, Your Honor. My initial appointment form does not have a phone number. And so I'd like a little bit of time to try and get with pretrial to see if I can't reach her.
All right. If you you can Zoom out and Zoom back in at 10:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. H. David Sanchez.
Morning, Judge. I have conferred. I am not sure whether my client is logged on or not.
All right. Is there a Dylan Guerra here? Dylan Guerra. All right. If you would like to Zoom out and Zoom back in at 10:30.
I will, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Robert Brauback.
Judge, yes, ma'am. I went into the breakout room. No one was there. I've spoken to Mr. Vasquez. He is on Zoom. He reported to the courtroom. I was also waiting for the prosecutor.
Okay, here's the thing. The prosecutor will be there, but now that you've left your breakout room, they're skipping over the breakout room because right now it shows that your breakout room is empty.
Okay.
So a prosecutor has just skipped over room 7 and they've gone to room number 10.
All right. Should I go back to the breakout
Yes.
room? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Doug Campbell.
Judge, can I talk to my client if he's here?
Is there a Roland Sanchez
Oh.
here?
Signs.
Signs, I'm sorry. Roland
Can I see him?
Signs.
I see him. He's identified as Roland Signs.
All right. Doug Campbell, you're in breakout room number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Signs, I'm sending you to breakout room number 2. All right, Warren Wolf.
Good morning. Mr. Martin and I are working on this case. This is the first setting. It's my and I'm going over some more discovery with Mr. Martin. He sent me some items this morning. It's my understanding Mr. Rodriguez is in the courtroom. Is it possible for me to talk to him in a breakout room? And then get a reset if
For
we
the
could.
courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 9, please. And Mr. Wolf, if you go back to number 9.
After that, may I be excused?
No, you all need to come back to the main room for a setting.
Can I get a setting now? And just
No,
get-
go to that room and come back.
All right.
Thank you. Robert Brauback.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. You said you were going to send me to a breakout room to wait for
No,
the prosecutor.
you're already in that room, so you can go back on your own.
Okay.
And there's a prosecutor waiting for you in that room.
How do you do that?
If you look at the bottom of your keyboard, do you see where it says breakout on your,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, and just click on that and go there.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Vincent Callahan.
Judge, what number did Robert go to? I'm sorry.
Robert who?
Brabeck.
He is in number 7.
Thank you.
All right, Vincent Callahan. Hi, everyone, just give me a moment.
When are you 7th?
All right, is there any attorneys back from breakout rooms? All right, then just give us a moment. Warren Wolf, you're back on Justin Rodriguez.
Correct.
Okay. So what are you waiting on from the state?
Mr. Martin said he'll have some other things for me, and we're continuing to discuss the case. Today was our first opportunity to talk about it.
Okay, and is this case a complicated one or no?
I don't think so. I don't
All
think
right.
so.
Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Justin Rodriguez?
July 20th.
All right, we'll recall you on July 20th. When you come back, I'll give you a plea deadline date.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right,
May I
if
be
there's
excused?
thank you. If there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I've returned on Clinton Bradley when you're ready.
All right, thank you. All right, what is happening on Clinton Bradley?
So this was a first setting also. I'm not sure if Mr. Bradley has appeared via Zoom or in the courtroom yet, but after speaking with Marcus, if he appears, either I would need a reset. I'm going to be filing a speedy trial motion among other things.
All right. Is there a Clinton Bradley on the Zoom screen? All right, and there's not a Clinton Bradley in the courtroom. Do you want to zoom back in at 10:30?
Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to do that. I'll call the bondsman and try to see if I can get in touch with him.
All right, thank you. Jorge
thank you.
Canales. Who do you have?
I have Eric Garay,
I'm sorry, Eric who?
Garay, G-A-R-A-Y, Judge.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's family.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Yes. Lorraine Efron, who do you have?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Edna Villalva.
Okay, you're gonna have to spell that last name for me.
Okay, Villalva, I think.
All right, I think there's an E in there somewhere.
Villalba.
Oh, wow. Okay, criminal trial division or family violence?
Family.
All right, I'm gonna send you, let me see what room is open. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 5.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And just so attorneys can know, James Toshi is in breakout room number 3. He has 2 for criminal trial division, Whitley and Watson. Jorge Canales is in 4 on Eric Garay for family violence.
Judge, could you put the client named Jacob Vasquez in number 7, please?
Jacob Vasquez, if you go to breakout room number 7, please. And then we have Ron Zimmerman on Ricardo Tovar. In 11, he's waiting for Hunter. John Watkins on Richard Garza, CTD. All right, yes, Javier Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm conferring with Marcus Sanders, and he's looking into something right now. I was wondering if I can just be here for a little bit and notify the court since we find out the information.
All right, what is he looking into? Do you know?
This is something that we previously discussed, me, you, and Shannon in the breakout room a couple times.
Okay. Oh, okay. So do we need a reset?
Possibly. I'm trying to reach out and get some more information right now.
All right. So, Javier, are you able to zoom back in at like maybe 11 to see if they have anything, or is this something that you all can do off docket?
If I can do it off docket, that'll be great. If that's okay.
Marcus, is it an off docket thing that can be handled?
Yes, Judge, that would be better. Just don't know how long it'll take to get a response.
Okay. And do you have Javier's contact information, Marcus?
I have Shannon's.
Okay. All right, Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Dustin Newkirk, please?
On the 20th, Judge, as well.
All right, we'll see you back on July 20th, but if things are solved before then, they'll be solved before then.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Javier. You're excused. Mr.
Thank you.
Broback, who do you have? Mr. Broback, what is happening with Jacob?
The idea is, yes.
Judge, did they need to see the defendant, or do you want me to just to tell them to send him back?
Mr. Newkirk, is he here on the screen?
I had ordered him.
Yes, they can send him back.
Okay, thank you.
Norma, I thought he bonded out. He's still in custody.
He's still in custody.
Oh, okay. Let me get a hold of Javier. Let him know that.
You want me to hold off then?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Broback, you're back. You're muted.
Yes, Judge, the case has been dismissed in the 187th in lieu of a plea in the County Court 15.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. Let's see.
And with that, Judge, may we be excused?
Yes, you're both excused.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tom.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So, Tom, is the case already dismissed, or we're waiting for the plea?
I'm going to do it in the next 20 minutes
Okay. All right. Thank you. You're
so
excused.
he can be released with the client.
All right, Mr. Broback, you're excused and your client is excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Page 12, Judge.
Thank you. You knew I was looking. Brenda, in case people don't know what's going on here in San Antonio, I'd like to keep everybody updated. It is very hot outside. It was already in the 80s early this morning. Michael Latimer.
Yes, I'm finished with Hunter. We had a good discussion about the body cam and the reports, and he's going to look at the body cam because he's new on the case. So
All right, is your client, Mr. Hernandez, here?
he should be.
Leo Hernandez, where are you? Oh, this is,
Here, present.
okay. Somebody help me out, Brenda, because Jordan Brown is not here. What's the name of the movie where they were in the woods and it was all dark and they were filming each other?
Blair Witch?
Yeah, the
Yes.
Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, that's what's happening here. He's all in the dark. Are you okay, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking on you. All right, what is going on with this expert? Somebody asked for an expert witness and
We were looking at a portion of a body cam video in which the detective in the prosecution guide stated in his report that he heard a certain comment made by Hernandez, which would go to the intent in the case. I did not hear that. Admittedly, the portion of the body cam video was muffled, and this Barry Dickey is an expert in audio. And he did the review, and I filed with the court and provided Mr. Jordan Brown the report and the audio portion that was looked at and his credentials. And
all right.
told me last week he had cancer surgery, and he's got to see about his availability. And I recently filed last week a motion to not have him come down to for judicial resources purposes from Dallas to testify, and if he can testify remotely through some video conferencing.
All right.
If my motion to suppress is granted, then I don't think this statement that Detective Suarez allegedly heard would have come in anyway.
Norma? On Mr. Leo Hernandez, can you recall this in 2 weeks so I can give them their trial setting date?
He can come back on the 30th, Judge.
All right, we'll see you. Norma, can we do the 29th?
Yes, ma'am. I just remembered. Yes, the 20th.
Yes. All right, we're going to come back on June 29th. At that time, I will give you your trial date, or you all will have done something with the state, and hopefully they've had a chance to review whatever you want them to review.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Yes, you're excused.
All right, bye.
All right, Brent Coffey, who do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have two people today. I have a David Valdez, who's a court-appointed client who I've been unable to contact. My other client is Stephen Angel Garza, who is an inmate.
Is this both CTD?
Yes, I believe both are.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 22.
Thank you.
All right, Doug Campbell, you're back.
Yes, Judge. Can I talk to Joe Ray again?
All right, if you'll go back to, let me see where Joe Ray is.
I just popped in, Judge.
All right, if you'll go back to your breakout room, Doug, Joe Ray will meet you there.
Thank you. I'll have my client come back to the courtroom then.
Thank you. And just to give everyone an update, Donald Wilson is in breakout room number 15 on Theo King for CTD. Arlene Gay, 17, Autumn Glenn, CTD. Kim Bezo for Santiago Olivia, CTD. Jeff Mulliner, Alejandro Silva, CTD. James Ishimoto, Christina Wallace, CTD. And 21, Bridget Garza for Grace Tilton, CTD. And Brent Coffey in 22, CTD. James Toshi, you are back.
Yes, Judge, I am. I did confer on both my cases. I believe both my clients are in your courtroom or should be. That's my first question.
Let me see. The people are in the courtroom. You have Watson, is that correct?
I have Watson, Judge, and Miss Whitley as well.
Watson is in the courtroom. There is
Okay.
no and let me see. And
Whitley's here,
Whitley
Judge.
is in the courtroom.
Okay.
So who do you need to speak with?
I would like to speak to Ms. Whitley, and then I am ready to approach you on Mr. Watson. It's a request regarding his GPS that I've conferred with Mr. Nisbet on. So I don't know how you want to.
Let's go with Whitley first.
Okay.
Courtroom. If you can go to breakout room number 3, please. And Toshi, if you'll go to 3.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any of the attorneys back from breakout rooms? All right, then just give us a moment.
Okay, Judge Boyd, may I approach?
Yes.
I'm back from a breakout room with Joe Ray and discussing the offer that was made to my client. We would just like a small setting for me to be able to discuss all the nuances of the plea offer and all that and whatever, and then come back for a plea, basically.
Okay. All right. Your client needs to come out of breakout room. If you could go back to breakout room number 13 and have them come to the main room, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Doug Campbell, you're back.
Yes, Judge. Can I have a reset on this?
What is happening with your case?
I think I just need some additional time to talk to witnesses and whatnot. We've got an offer from the DA, but my client and the victim are still in a relationship, and the offer doesn't really match what possibly could happen.
All right, Norma, on Roland Signs, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
July 20th.
All right, we'll see you back and your client back on July 20th, and that will be by Zoom.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Roland, I'll give you a call in a moment. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
Hello, Judge. This is Santiago Olivo. I just wanted to make sure that that my name is spelled right.
Sure.
Because it's I heard Olivia and it's Oliva.
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I just wanted to
All
make
right.
sure.
No problem. You're welcome.
Judge, I'm back again. Ed Garza with Humberto Sanchez.
Okay. Norma, on Humberto Sanchez, Mr. Garza, is 2 weeks enough time?
I think 2 weeks is fine, Judge.
All right, Norma, can you recall Humberto Sanchez 2 weeks for a plea, please?
The 29th, Judge.
All right, we'll bring you back on June 29th, and that'll be by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you and your client are excused.
Okay. Humberto, I'll give you a call in just a minute.
All righty, sounds good.
Thank
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Anyone else back from the breakout room?
Judge, this is Luis Martinez. I have not been to the breakout room yet, but I'm here
Who's
with
your client?
Deborah Lopez.
Sorry, what's your client's name?
Deborah Lopez. She was an FTA from yesterday, but she got a hold of me last night, and she's in this morning. She's
All right.
present.
Is it criminal child division or family violence?
It's a CTD case. It's just a drug case.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23.
Okay.
Ron Zimmerman, you're back.
Yes, I am, Judge. I've conferred with Hunter Morris and confirmed on the plea offer. And I think we're ready to embark on the paperwork on getting that accomplished, Judge.
All right, if you'll just put it into the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, is your client on bond or in custody?
He's on bond, Judge, and I was just looking for him. I don't know if I see him or not.
All right, let me see. Mr. Tovar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, he's listed as Galaxy. Let me just rename him. Mr. Tovar, are you able to use chat?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you put in the chat box or to Ms. Ferguson? She's listed as Ferguson Coordinator. Can you put your email address, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Judge, I've already given that to Hunter, and I believe he's going to be forwarding that on to Norma.
Okay, awesome. Then Ron, if you'll go to breakout room number 8, Mr. Tovar, I'm going to send you to 8,
Okay, ma'am.
and they'll go over plea paperwork with you there.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, the parties who are still waiting to speak with prosecutors. Jonathan Watkins is in 12, waiting for CTD on Richard Garza. Donna Wilson, 15, for Theo King, Criminal Trial Division. Arlene Gay in 17 for Autumn Glenn. Kim Beza Santiago in CTD. Alejandra Silva, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you laying in bed?
I was sitting down in bed. Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to lay down in bed if you're physically in the courtroom?
No.
And what did I say at the very beginning? Don't do anything on Zoom that you could not do in the courtroom. So you're not allowed to lay in bed. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right. If there's another problem, you're going to have to appear in person. You understand?
Okay. Will do.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Norma, I'm going to put in the chat box the attorneys that we're still waiting on.
Yes, ma'am.
Lorraine Efron, you're back?
Yes, I'm back, Your Honor. We just need a trial date, Your Honor.
All right. If you'll just give me a moment for a prosecutor to come back so we can work on that, okay? And Mr. Toshi, if you'll just give me a moment, please. All right, James Toshi, yes.
Judge, could you put Rebecca in the room with me and Ms. Whitley? She's telling me some things are at odds with what the probation summary says, and maybe she could help clear it up.
All right. So if you'll go back to number 3, and Rebecca, if you will go to number 3, please.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And is there a family violence prosecutor, David Martin? Are you there? Lorraine Efron says on Edna Villava that they are requesting a jury trial.
Right.
Norma, can you put some dates in the chat box to me, please, for jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long are you all anticipating this trial?
I would say two to three the most.
Okay. And is your client here? Ms.
Yes, Your
Evans?
Honor.
Okay. All right. We have August 23rd or September 14th.
Here.
So
I have something August 23rd. I think I have something already on the 23rd.
All right. So do you want to do it for September 14th?
The only problem with September 14th is that the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur is the following day, so I really wouldn't be able to be in trial that week.
Okay. Then I can put you down for the 23rd and we'll see what happens.
On August 23rd?
Yes.
Or
Okay.
Judge, I can put her in with the July 7th.
I can't be ready July 7th.
All right.
I'd rather do the 23rd and see what shakes out.
All right. Edna Villava, could you unmute and show your video, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Brenda, are you ready? Court is calling 2020 CR 1024, State of Texas versus Edna Villava. I'm sure I'm probably missing. Yes. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
David Martin.
for the defense?
Lorraine Efren.
And are you Miss Villava?
Edna Villalba here.
Villalava. Is that correct? All right. I promise you, I'm going to work on saying your last name. By the time you come back here, I will be pronouncing it perfectly.
Okay, thank you.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
From the state.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Villava, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
All right. My understanding is that you're requesting a jury trial. Is that correct, Ms.
Yes.
Villava? Yes. All right. The jury will be scheduled for August 23rd. Is there any objection to the August 23rd date, state?
I don't believe so.
Defense?
No, Your Honor, just subject to the possibility that I may have another setting that day also.
Oh, I'm
Another
sure we'll.
trial setting that day.
Yeah, I think it will be first come, first serve as far as jury trial dates.
Okay.
So if you're, of course, if you're trying a case in another court on that day and you've already picked a jury, you can't be here. But if you haven't, you need to be here.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
Ms. Villava, it's going to be at 9 a.m. in the 187 District Court, August 23rd. You're going to need to be in person. It's the 4th floor, 300 Dolorosa. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. What date do you need to be here?
August 23rd,
What time?
9 a.m.
Okay. All right. Defense, I show that you've received all the discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe I have, Your Honor. There was an issue on discovery and the court it said just get it by subpoena. So I did serve the city of San Antonio with subpoena. They only responded this morning with an apology for the delay in response. If there's some issue with the responsiveness of the city of San Antonio subpoena, I may ask the court prior to trial for a hearing on that subpoena response. Is that something I could speak to?
When was the subpoena issued?
Well, it was issued probably 6 or 8 weeks ago.
All right, Norma, this is what we're going to do. The jury trial is going to be August 23rd, but can you recall this in 3 weeks for us to see what's happening with your subpoena and
Okay.
any discovery issues.
Okay.
We can recall it on the 28th, Judge. Oh, you said 3 weeks, right?
Yes. You can call it in July.
In July? Okay, give me one second.
Yeah, the July 28th would be,
No, not July 28th.
Yeah, no, it needs to be sooner than that, so I can make sure that there are no discovery issues.
oh, okay, I thought I heard the 28th, I'm sorry.
I'm in June 28th. We can do July 9th.
All right, so we're gonna come back on July 9th. And that will be to see if there are any discovery issues. Ms. Efron, if there's an issue with them turning over things that you feel you're entitled to, then you need to subpoena them and have them appear in court.
Okay,
All right, you and your client will see you then by Zoom on June 9th. Your trial date is going to be August 23rd, and that will be in person. So Ms. Villalaba, discovery, you can come in by Zoom July 9th at 9 a.m. Your trial date is August 23rd at 9 a.m.
Correct. Thank you.
All right, then you both are excused. Thank you for popping in. Have a great rest of your day.
thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Welcome. James Toshi.
Okay, Judge. So I'm still conferring with Tom on Ms. Whitley, but I would like to address Andre Watson briefly if I can.
All right, well, with Watson, if you're with Tom on that, let me see where Tom is.
Okay.
He's in a breakout room. If you all don't have an agreement, he'll need to be here. And he's
okay.
in a breakout room.
Well,
He's
okay.
still on the Zoom, but he's in a
That's
breakout room.
I'll wait for him to return, Judge.
Jorge Canales.
Judge, I have an offer that I need to relay to my client.
All right. Let me see what breakout room you were in.
I was in 4.
All right. Eric Garay, where are you? Eric Garay. All right, Mr. Garay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4 to speak with your attorney. Daniel Della Garza. Daniel Della Garza.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning. I am here on Mr. Joe Rizzo Sanchez.
Is it family violence or criminal trial division?
It is family violence, Your Honor. We do not have an agreement because of some immigration stuff. So we really just, I just need a trial date.
All right, let me see if, just give me a moment for a family violence prosecutor to come into the main room, then we'll get you a trial date.
I'm here,
Joe Ray, you're here?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you're breaking up. I'm on. Oh, there's Mr. Garcia.
And does Mr. Rizzo have a middle name?
I believe Rizzo is the middle name, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So the last name is Sanchez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I have the discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can you give me some dates in the chat box for jury trials?
Yes, ma'am. Is there going to be a lot of witnesses on this case?
It's an assault family choking. It shouldn't be many witnesses.
I can do.
My God, man.
21029.
Hey, Brenda, I'm not gonna let people make it a Monday. It's a Tuesday, people. Let's keep it as a Tuesday.
All right. David.
All right. State, and defense. We can do it on June 21st or July 7th.
Well, Your Honor, I have a capital murder coming up in the 379th, and it's July the 12th, and I've been spending a lot of time getting ready with it with Mr. Fuchs and Pettis. Can we do it sometime after that trial?
All right, is that trial actually going to happen?
It
On that
is
day?
definitely going to happen. On 7/12, we've picked a jury. We spent like a year doing that, and all indications are that it is going. Mr. Pettis and I are co-counsel on another case in this court, and we kicked it back till after, like sometime in August, a trial in that case, for a very similar reason.
All right.
Or for the same
Norma,
reason, actually.
what date can we do
How long is
outside of
the
those dates?
How long is the capital going to last?
I would say like maybe 3 weeks.
And when does the capital start?
The 7/12 and the 379.
All right. You can do August 6th or August 23rd.
The 23rd would work, Your Honor.
Joe Ray, are you okay with August 23rd?
Yes, Judge, that's fine.
Court is
Thank you.
calling 2020 CR 6566, State of Texas versus Jose Rizzo Sanchez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Joe Ray Garcia for the state.
for the defense?
Daniel De La Garza. I'm sorry,
And
Your
are
Honor.
you
Daniel De La
Jose?
Garza for Mr. Sanchez.
And are you Jose Rizzo Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Sanchez, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, it's the court's understanding that you're requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Correct.
Defense, have you received all the discovery? The court has the discovery acknowledgement in the file. Have you received all discovery? And your attorney dropped off the Zoom. Daniel De La Garza, are you still there? All right, we will come back when Mr. Daniel De La Garza has better reception. Veronica Legarati, who do you have?
Judge, I have Sean Masters.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's going to be criminal trial division, Judge. You had a violation report had been previously submitted to you back on April, I want to say 26th, and it had not been ruled on, but my client does not, I was not able to tell my client to be here today.
No, I mean, I would not have a violation report from April 26th. If I received it on April 26th, it would have been heard well before then. So I don't understand why that would be the case unless that motion wasn't presented or that violation report wasn't submitted to me. So just give us a moment. We're going to see if your client is showing up.
Good thing, Judge.
Sure. Raimundo Alamon, who do you have?
Judge, I'm here for Amanda Belmares, and I sent a notice just a few minutes ago to the coordinator of the fact that he has positive for COVID-19 and could not appear today.
Wait, who has passed away from COVID? You're saying the defendant has passed?
No, Janet, he's positive. I'm sorry, he's positive. And he's not feeling very well, so I
All
did
right,
not want to put her on Zoom.
just give me a moment, Mr. Alamon.
Judge, he's saying positive, not passed away. It took me a second.
Just give me a moment.
Hey, Norma.
Second. Give us a moment, Mr. Daniel De La Garza.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I apologize, Your Honor.
All right, we're back on the record. Daniel De La Garza, are you back? Brenda, today is Tuesday, but people want it to be a Monday. Daniel De La Garza.
Your Honor, I apologize. I had video or connectivity problems, so I got lost like midway through our
Right, we're
our
back on the
conference.
record. All right, my understanding is that you have received all the discovery. Is that correct, Mr. De La Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your jury trial is set for August 23rd. Mr. Sanchez, you need to be in the 187th District Court at 9 a.m. dressed for trial. Do you understand, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. So when do you need to be in court?
You said August. I don't remember the day. Was it 23rd?
August 23rd,
23rd. Okay.
2-3.
Yeah.
At 9 a.m. Do you
9 a.m.
understand?
187. Yeah. I
So
understand.
what date do you need to be in court?
August 23rd at 9 a.m.
All right, 187 District Court.
187 District Court. Yeah, I got it right.
Mr. De La Garza, do you have any objections
Yes,
to
Your
the
Honor.
jury trial being set on August 23rd?
No, Your Honor, none. And thank you for accommodating that other trial. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, you and your client are excused. We'll see you all on August 23rd.
We'll be ready. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there a prosecutor available on Sean Masters?
I can do it, Judge.
Court is calling 2021 CR 4525, State of Texas versus Sean Masters. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Tom Nisbet.
for the defense?
Veronica Legarreta.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None.
Any objections from the defense?
No, ma'am.
Is there a Sean Masters on the Zoom screen? And for the record, the court has not seen Sean Masters on the Zoom screen at all today. Deputy Mejia or Deputy Laura, is there a Sean Masters in the courtroom?
No, Judge, he is not.
And has there been a Sean Masters in the courtroom at all?
No, ma'am.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have had contact, but I have not been able to have contact to tell him to be here today.
All right, state.
We'd ask that you forfeit the bond, issue a warrant.
All right, the court will note for the record that this is a trial setting that is set and generated by the computer. It would have went to the defendant's last known address. Everyone is allowed to either show up on Zoom or show up in the courtroom. I'll grant the state's motion. I'll remand your client without bond. If you have any contact with your client and he presents himself, the court will reconsider.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Raimundo Alaman,
Yes, Your Honor.
the court coordinator has said that she's not received any documentation from your client in regards to
I
this.
sent them to her to Norma Ferguson.
But was this, what you sent to her, was it a letter stating that your client is sick?
It said that it had the results of the positive.
Okay, we're gonna see if she has that. Just give us a moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, James Toshi, Tom Nesbitt is here, and you say your client, which one is the issue with a bond or?
It's Andre Watson, Judge.
Has this case been indicted or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anyone see what page this is on?
Which one, Judge?
Watson.
Oh, that was an off docket, Judge.
All right, what is the cause number?
I can get that for you.
All right, Norma, can you have them bring me the file, please? Thank you. Jonathan Watkins, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor. And Judge, I'm sorry I wasn't wearing a shirt and tie today. I'm just out of state right now.
Okay.
Heard with Mr. Morris. This is a first setting, Your Honor. The defense is in the process of providing the state a couple of witness statements that contradict the police report. And Mr. Morris has issued a subpoena ducis tecum, trying to figure out if there's any surveillance footage from the establishment.
All right. Is Richard Garza here?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Norma and Richard Garza, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
The 20th of July.
All right. You and your client are excused. Thanks for zooming in. We'll see you back on July 20th.
Judge, thank you for your time. You have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks. You have a good one. Bye-bye.
First. Yeah, Mr. Rios, where are you? You in the hospital?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. I told him to reset it. I'll be with him.
All right. I have the file on Andrea Watson. And defense, you filed a motion.
We did, Judge. And actually, both the prosecutor and the court have already taken action on it. However, the purpose of the motion was to ask for removal. And I have conferred with Mr. Nisbet on it. I think his intent is to defer to the court, but I'll let him say whatever it is that he'd like to say this morning.
All right, Mr. Toshi, can you do me a favor?
Yes,
In the
ma'am.
chat box, or if you could email me your motion, because the court doesn't have it in the file and the court doesn't have it anywhere. If you have it.
I do. Judge, would you like me to email it to you?
Yes,
Okay, I have your email. I will do that.
thank you. And State, you have a copy of his motion, correct?
Yeah, they sent it to me the other day. I know. Yes, is the short answer.
All right, and we're going to take this matter up, and to everyone else, there is Albert Acevedo is in number 14 on a Lexington Harrington. Jeff Mulliner in 19 on Alejandro Silva. James Ishimoto in 20 on Christina Wallace. All right, Efren Torres, who do you have?
Your Honor, I believe I have Marcus Daniel.
Marcus who?
Daniel,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 24.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, I just forwarded the motion to you. I don't know how long it will take to arrive, but it hopefully will be there momentarily.
Okay. All right, Norma, on Amanda Belmaris, can we get a reset date for her?
July 20th.
All right, Mr. Raimundo Alamon, we'll see you back on July 20th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
July 20th. Hope she's better by then.
Yes, thank you.
The first person I've actually known who had.
All right, defense, I have your motion. Just give me one moment, let me print it. court is going to call 2020 CR 3933, State of Texas versus Andrea Watson. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state,
Tom Nisbet.
for the defense?
James Tochi, Judge.
He's in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, are you Andrea Watson?
Ma'am, thank you.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None.
Any objections from the defense?
No, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Watson, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
And the court will note for the record that the defendant is in the courtroom. Defense, the court is in receipt of your motion to alter and amend conditions of bond. State, have you had a chance to review the motion?
Yes.
Are you ready to proceed, State?
Yes.
All right, defense, it's your motion.
Judge, I certainly could call Mr. Watson regarding the issues, and I don't know if it came as an attachment to the motion, but what I can tell the court is that the GPS that he currently has on was a result of a violation report submitted to the court in April of this year. The violation report was submitted because of 2 misdemeanor cases that predated the aggravated felony that is pending before you. When he picked up the ag assault that is pending before the court judge, there was no GPS that was made a condition of his release, and there has been no GPS ordered directly resulting from the instant case. I think the court, and I don't know, I think the court may have possibly mistakenly believed that while on bond for an aggravated felony, he picked up 2 violent misdemeanors, a terroristic threat ×2. Those cases, for whatever reason, were filed at large and predated the pending case by several months. And so there was no GPS that was ordered as a condition on the misdemeanors. There was never a GPS ordered. I think the court, and I don't know if the court knew of the dates, but I get the impression that the GPS was ordered believing he committed new offenses while on bond. He did not. The case,
Okay, and defense, not to interrupt you. Well,
Okay.
sorry to interrupt you.
It's
The
all right.
reason why it was ordered is because pretrial services were saying they had no contact with your client, that there were missed appointments. So the
Yeah.
court was aware that the cases from the county court predated his supervision on this case. The
Okay.
GPS was put in place because he was not keeping his appointments. According to the reports that I received, he wasn't keeping his appointments with pretrial services.
And
So
there
let's
were-
address those issues.
Sure, and we did, Judge. There were a couple of missed court dates. I don't know if the court recalls, but your jacket should reflect that we did address these missed court dates in the past, which did trigger violation reports. What I can tell you is Mr. Watson always appears in court. He's appeared in your court, I want to say the last 3 or 4 times that he has had a court
And
date.
Mr. Toshi, it wasn't the missed court dates. Pretrial services said that he was missing appointments with them. So
Right.
it wasn't missing appointments with the court, it's pretrial services. So let's see if we can address the misreporting for pretrial services. And that is the reason the court placed him on GPS.
We can, and I don't, this is going back a ways, but we had a hearing on that, Judge, where his previous pretrial officer, and I do not recall his name, he actually zoomed into the hearing and
That's
explained,
Courtney Nias.
yes, that is who it was, and had explained that there appears to have been a significant amount of miscommunication. And I think he even recommended to the court, don't take action, and basically went to bat for Mr. Watson. That hearing was several months ago, but we cleared up all the missed reporting with pretrial a while back. Subsequent to that, The new VR with the misdemeanors comes out, and then the court then puts the GPS on. He's had it for a while. He's had no violations. He has very little money. You've waived fees, and Mr. Nisbet agreed to tracking. Judge, he's been reporting. He shows up to court. He truly does not need the GPS, and I'm asking you to remove it.
All right, so it's tracking only. He doesn't have to pay fees for it. So what is the issue with having GPS?
I'll let Mr. Watson address that. I've asked him that question squarely, Judge. And believe me, you're preaching to the choir on that, but he's still very adamant that it come off. And I told him I would do this for him, so here I am.
All right. Do you want to call him as a witness?
Sure, Judge.
Mr. Watson, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Help me God.
All right, you can lower your hand. Could you state your name for the record, please, Mr. Watson?
Andre Watson.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Andre, real quickly, just to kind of cut to the quick, you have a GPS on, correct?
Yes, sir.
You do not pay for it, correct?
No, sir.
It only tracks your whereabouts. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Judge, is that yes?
I just found out yesterday that it's tracking that I can go. I called yesterday, and your office just let me know yesterday that it's just for tracking. So I came down to get it loosened up. But what's your question again, sir?
Well, what Judge Boyd wants to know is, since you're not paying for it and it's only tracking you, why do you want it removed? What do we want to tell the judge about removal?
Well, it hurts, and it hurts my ankle. And number two is that I haven't done anything wrong. And even on the reporting I called, it was report by phone. So I don't know, somebody's not checking their voice messages, but it comes over the phone. It texts you and tell you, hey, do this. And I did all of it. And I called the officer that same time, and he said, well, oh yeah, it's just been a mistake. But I always report. I always call in every time. And I don't know how that came about, me not reporting, because the pandemic was here and we was reporting by phone. And I was like clockwork. I don't know how that's possibly that they could violate me or say I wasn't reporting. And I called the guy, and he said, well, you perfect timing. You had 5 days, it was 3 days, it was missing. And I explained to him that I've been calling. He said, well, hey, I'll go and talk to the judge for you. But I have not, I stay within the law. I stay within everything they tell me to do, I do. And I just feel like that it hurts at night. I did nothing wrong to receive it. And I just like to have it off.
That's all the questions I have, Judge.
Okay. So, Mr. Watson, I'm not
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
ask you any questions because your attorney may not want the questions answered by you. So this is what I want you to understand, the position I'm in, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I have, and mind you, I don't take any of these cases as true because nobody's presented me any evidence of any of the cases. I just know what you're charged with, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I want you to do is pretend like the person I'm talking about is not you.
Okay.
Let's just pretend it's somebody we don't know. It's John Doe or Jane Doe, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I have is I have someone who has a terroristic threat. And again, I'm not taking that as true.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say we have John Doe. He's charged with terroristic threat that's alleged to have been committed September 18, 2019. And then after that happens, John Doe is charged with a new offense of terroristic threat of family or household on December 24th, 2019. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have John Doe, who's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on September 8, 2020. So, Mr. Watson, pretend that's not you. We're talking about a complete stranger.
Okay.
Now, if we have a complete stranger who has those charges that were committed on different dates, wouldn't you say that that person needs to be tracked?
I would say that
Remember, we're not talking about you. We're talking about a
Okay.
complete stranger.
Okay, if he
So, I
done
mean-
that, if he did it, I would say yes. But
Okay, and see,
every,
here's the thing,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Watson.
yes, ma'am.
I haven't been given any evidence about this complete stranger.
Mhm.
The only thing I know is it appears that the charges against this complete stranger is escalating.
I'm glad
I'm
you
not,
brought-
here's the thing, Mr. Watson.
Go ahead.
I don't know any evidence in any of these cases. I'm
Okay.
not talking about you. I'm just giving you a hypothetical.
I got you.
So it would seem to me
Go ahead, ma'am.
that in order to protect Jane Doe from people saying Jane Doe did something or John Doe did something, Jane Doe or John Doe could say, well, I didn't do that because you can see where I was. You can track me. This is where I was. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand perfectly now. Only thing I have to reply to that, Your Honor, is that I would ask that you, being the judge, that all three charges is like made up. I was like, I would like,
Mr. Watson, you're
Yeah.
about to speak to the facts in your case.
I
And
just
your
need
attorney
someone to
probably,
investigate
here's the
it.
thing, Mr. Watson, your attorney probably doesn't want you speaking about that. Because let me tell you something, you've been sworn in, everything is on the record. Whatever you say now, somebody can get the transcript and use it however they see fit. You understand?
I was going to the district attorney, the DA here. The last time I was here, I walked down there and tried to speak to the DA, whoever's
Well,
the
I
DA.
would suggest, Mr. Watson, I'm not your attorney,
Mhm.
but this is what I tell everyone. I don't know why it is that people think they can do attorney's job, right?
No, I can't do that.
So I tell everyone, and I've been a defense attorney, I've been a prosecutor. This is what I would always tell my clients. If you need your kidney removed, are you going to say, well, let me go talk to this doctor or the head of the hospital and tell them, this is how I want it removed? So here's the thing, any questions that you have, anything you want that's presented, you may want to speak to your attorney before then, okay?
Judge, I think he's done talking. He's.
All right. All right, Mr. Watson?
Yes, ma'am.
For
I just
the
got
reasons-
one last thing to say, Your Honor.
Yes.
Is there any way a man can like get someone just to check out these things? Just, I'm going to court and stuff.
No. Here's your thing, Mr. Watson.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Your attorney will check out those things. Norma, when is Mr. Watson's next court date?
I can check on that, Judge. Give me 1 second.
Supposed to be July the 27th, I believe.
Oh, no. You know what, Norma? I'm sorry. It's in here. Your jury trial date is actually set for July 22nd.
Yes, ma'am.
So on July 22nd, we will have our jury trial. And at that time, the jurors will be able to hear whatever evidence that's presented. Do you understand? All right. And Mr. Toshi, my understanding is that you're the new attorney on this case. Is that correct?
I am. I'm sorry, Judge.
Were you a new attorney that was appointed? Did Mr. Watson have an attorney before you or no?
I would have to go back and look, Judge. I don't recall.
All right. Well,
I think that's true, Judge.
All right. So, Mr. Toshi, what I'll do, because I know you're the new attorney on this, July 22nd is his jury trial date. And usually at that point, the court will not accept any plea bargaining agreements or consider anything else as far as entering pleas, but I'll leave it open for you and your client to discuss.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And with regards to removal of the GPS, the court will deny that.
Thank you for your time, Judge. Real quickly, while I have the floor, my other client, Mrs. Whitley, I've conferred with Tom. She's going to make a donation to the food bank. Could you give her about 45 days to complete that. And I think it will dispose of her case.
All right, do we really need 45 days? Can this not be done in 30 days?
Well, it's a big chunk of money, and I always like giving them more than less time if possible.
All right, Norma, on Miss Whitley. Can you recall this for 45 days and just make it a contested? And then if it's not going to be a contested, it won't be a contested.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
And she'll still need to continue to follow through with reporting to probation.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
She's in the courtroom if the deputy can excuse her.
Oh, no, just 1 second, not till we get our date.
We can do like August 4th, Judge.
All right, we'll set you, Miss Whitley, if you could come forward, please.
You got it? Okay.
Miss Whitley,
Yes, ma'am.
we're going to bring you back on August 4th, 2021. If things are not taken care of on your end, that will be a contested hearing and you'll need to appear in person in the courtroom. Do you understand?
Okay, so it's going to be on Zoom in 45 days?
No, you're going to need to appear in the courtroom.
Huh? He
August
says
4th.
in the contested part, I'm confused about what that part is.
I'll explain it to her, Judge. Artesia, I will call you. We will talk about everything. Everything's fine, okay?
All right, just remain in the courtroom so we can give you the reset form to fill out.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, H. Dave Sanchez, what is happening with your client?
I haven't heard from him unless he's on here somewhere.
All right, who's your client?
Dylan Guerra. Dylan Matthew Guerra.
All right, is there a Dylan Guerra on the Zoom screen? All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4505, State of Texas versus Dylan Matthew Guerra. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Dave Sanchez.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
None.
For the record, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:39 a.m. The defendant, Dylan Guerra, has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Mejia or Deputy Laura, has there been a Dylan Matthew Guerra in the courtroom?
No, Judge, he has not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I actually have yesterday evening.
All right, is there a reason for his non-attendance?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, state.
Judge, we're asking that his bond be forfeited and a warrant issued.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client and he presents himself, the court will reconsider. All right, you are excused.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Alfredo Ortiz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what is happening with your case? Alfredo Ortiz.
I believe the court was going to check to see if my client was indeed in federal custody.
All right, just give me one moment. Ms. Ferguson will check on that. Luis Martinez.
Judge,
Yes.
Ms. Lopez was, like I said, was absent yesterday. She's there today. I've conferred with the state. We don't have that resolved. I think we just need to go to a trial setting.
All right, what is the cause number?
I don't have that on me, Judge.
All right,
It's
if
in
you can
yesterday's
give the
calendar.
cause number for me so I can have them bring the file to me. Jorge Canales.
Yes, Judge. We have an agreement I need to relate to Joe Ray.
All right, if you'll put it in the chat box. Joe Ray, are you there?
I'm here, Judge.
Jorge Canales says they're in agreement.
Well, I need to let him know about it. Good.
Oh, you need to see him in a breakout room?
Well, I just wanted him to do the paperwork on the silent offer.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia, if you can do that paperwork, and Mr. Canales, if you can put the agreement in the chat box to Norma Ferguson, please.
I will do, Judge.
Thank you. Arlene Gay?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have conferred with Tom Nesbitt, and I know that Norma is busy. I sent her a message if she could put us in a breakout room with my client, Autumn Glenn.
All right, is your client, what breakout room were you in, please?
I don't recall.
Okay. let me find
17?
it.
Was it 17? That sounds
Yes,
familiar.
it is. If you'll go back to breakout room number 17, and Autumn, if you could go to 17, please. All right, Efron Torres.
Morning, Your Honor. I
Yes.
confer with Marcus Sanders. I was related an offer, but unfortunately, I do not have any contact with my client. I don't know if he is in the courtroom or not.
All right, we will find out. Let me see if he's in the courtroom. No, nope, he's not. Court is calling 2021 CR 4524, State of Texas versus Marcus Valentin Daniel. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
To Tom Nesbitt.
For the defense?
Efrain Flores Jr. from Mr. Marcus Daniel.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 10:43 a.m. For the record, there has not been a Marcus Valentin Daniel on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura or Deputy Mejia, has there been a Marcus Valentin Daniel in the Zoom?
No, Judge.
I'm sorry, in the courtroom.
No, Judge.
All right. Defense, have you had contact with your client?
I have not, Judge. I have tried to contact him at the number that was provided, which is that was given to me, but no luck.
All right, state.
Judge, we asked for a forfeiture and a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, the court, and present him, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused. All right, and I'm sorry, Alfredo Ortiz, what is your client's name again, please?
Her name is Brianna Marie Cuellar. Cuellar.
All right, Norma, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
On Brianna Cuellar, can we get a 30-day reset? Defense is saying that she's in custody and in federal custody, and maybe we can track her down.
Okay. We can do July the 20th.
All right, Brenda, do you see what page she is on?
She's on page 11, Judge.
All right,
Yes.
thank you.
Can you?
All right, and
can you put me
Mr.
right-
Ortiz, any information you have on her,
Yes.
you could give that to the court coordinator, please, so we can see if she can be zoomed in.
You froze up and I just got the last thing of what you said.
Oh, if you can give whatever information you have to Norma Ferguson about her location so that we can perhaps see if we can have her zoom in for the hearing.
Okay,
All right, we'll see you on July 20th.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
You have a nice day.
All right, you too. James Ishimoto?
Judge,
Yes.
back from the breakout room. The state is working on trying to track down some videos for me on Miss Christina Wallace.
All right, is Christina Wallace here? Christina Wallace. Deputy Laura, Deputy Mejia, is there Christina Wallace in the courtroom? Okay, thanks, Brenda. Deputy Mejia, is there a Christina Wallace in the courtroom?
No, Judge.
All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 4765B, State of Texas versus Christina Marie Wallace. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Tom Nisbet.
for the defense?
James Ishimoto?
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:47 a.m. The defendant, Christina Marie Wallace, has not been on the Zoom screen. Deputy Mejia, is there Christina Marie Wallace in the courtroom?
No, Judge, she is not.
And has she been in the courtroom at all today?
No.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Judge, my last contact with her was when she was in jail, and I have not had any contact since she's been released.
All right, state.
We asked for a forfeiture and a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you have contact with your client and your client presents herself, the court will reconsider. And you are excused if you have no one else with us, Mr. Ishimoto.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Donna Wilson.
Morning, Judge. I've conferred with Marcus regarding Mr. King, and I think we have an agreement in principle. I think my client would like a couple of weeks just to, I guess, get some peace of mind that he's doing the right thing. And I think we still have a question with Marcus on some restitution. And so if we could reset it in a couple of weeks for a plea, I think we can resolve this matter.
All right, Norma, can you reset Theo King for 2 weeks? Is that enough time, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, that's enough time.
The 28th.
Is the 28th good for you?
28th is fine, Judge.
All right, we will see you on June 28th, and that will be by Zoom. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right, and let me check the breakout rooms. In the breakout rooms, we have Jeff Mulliner in 19 with Alejandro Silva, waiting for a criminal trial division prosecutor. And we have Brent Coffey in number 22 with David Valdez and Stephen Garza, waiting for a criminal trial division prosecutor. Bridget Garza, you're back?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
I conferred with Meredith, and Ms. Tilden needs to provide some documentation for Meredith, and I think Meredith will get rid of the case.
All right, how much time do you need?
I would say about
Possible to do 30 to 45 days? Is that too long?
No. Norma, can you recall Grace Tilden for 30 days?
July 20th.
All right, is July 20th enough time for everyone or no?
let's see.
Bridget, you've got my email. We can figure it out if it's not.
Okay, that's fine, Judge.
All right, then you are and your client are excused. Oh, Bridget, could I see you in a breakout room, please?
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Meredith.
Sure. All right, and you and your client are excused. But Bridget, let me see you in breakout room.
Okay.
Let me see, where were you? Oh, if you'll go to breakout room number 20, please. All righty. Alberto Acevedo, you're back on in Lexington.
Yes, Judge, sorry, I'm trying to put my volume down on another Zoom I have.
No problem.
Yes, I conferred with Meredith, I believe. She submitted a dismissal to the court. If I can get a breakout room with my client, though,
What is your client's last name?
it's Harris. The videos shows off right now. I may have to give her a call.
All right. If you'll go back to number 14.
Okay, oh, there she is. Okay.
I'm here.
Where is she?
there she
I'm
is.
at home. My kids is inside, so I'm sitting outside.
Okay. She's already been in a breakout room with you. So
It
if you
wasn't
guys could go to
working, right, for
breakout
some reason.
room number 13, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Brenda, what page is that on? Do you see it? Anyone?
Page 10.
All right.
Oh, wait,
thank
no.
you.
Yes, page 10.
Okay. All right. Ron Zimmerman.
Yes, Judge. We are ready for a plea hearing, Judge, with
All
Mr.
right.
Topar.
Just one moment. Let me see if I have paperwork. Just one second. Brenda, it is now saying my credentials have expired.
For the real time?
No, I need to change my password. Hopefully it does not kick me out. So this is what I'm going to do. Norma, I'm going to make you host for a moment, just in case I get kicked out. Just give me a second. All right, Norma, this is what I'm going to have to do because it's asking for a domain name or something. I'm going to have to sign out. You're the host, and I'll come back in, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Canales, I sent you a chat. Can you send me your email address, please?
Will do, Joe.
Alrighty, thanks.
Beef the crap out of me, and then so
Your Honor, can I approach? I think you're on mute, Judge.
Mr. Zimmerman, just give me a moment. Let me check the email. To see if I have your paperwork. All right, and Mr. Azaveda, you wanted something from the court?
Judge, I just wanted to update the court. I conferred with my client and you should have got the dismissal. I just wanted to make sure we were excused.
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you. Ms.
You're welcome.
Ferris, you're excused as well. You have a good day, Judge.
Thank you, you too.
Judge, this is Luis Martinez. I'm back from the breakout room.
All right, just give me a moment while I sign some documents.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Zimmerman, I don't see any of your paperwork. So I don't know if it's still with your client or not. Ricardo Tovar?
Yes.
I sent it.
I believe he has sent it back, Judge, I believe.
Okay, I don't have anything on Tovar. Could somebody check to see maybe if it's still in the defendant's email? And then Luis Martinez on Deborah Lopez.
Judge, we've conferred. We're going to need a trial date. Marcus and I conferred, and we're both available July the 7th.
All right, just give me one moment. All right, to the clerks, could I please have the file on Deborah Lopez? And I was waiting for your the case number, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor. It is 2021. I have 0247.
All right, to the clerks, could I have 2021 CR 0247, please?
It was on yesterday's docket, Judge.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Tovar, if you could go back to the breakout room with your attorney, please, and breakout room number 8.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Adam Cobbs, you're back.
I am, Your Honor. I'm just checking back in. I still have not been able to get any good contact number for Chastity Gomez from pretrial. Pretrial just never answers their phone.
Okay. Let me see what page she is on.
She's on page 12, Judge.
Thank you. All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Judge, how do you go to breakout room 8? I'm sorry.
That's okay, Mr. Tovar. Tell you what, I'm going to send you 9 and it should pop up.
Thank you.
Court is calling 2021 CR 4523, State of Texas versus Chastity Marie Gomez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Adam Cobbs.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:03 a.m. The defendant, Chastity Gomez, has not appeared on Zoom. Deputy Mejia, has there been a Chastity Marie Gomez in the courtroom?
No, Judge, she is not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not, Your Honor. I have attempted on the initial appointment form, there's no phone number listed. I've made contact with, well, I have not made contact with pretrial. We've called multiple times and they just never seem to pick up. I do not see any violation report for her. So I assume she's still checking in. This is, I believe, her first trial setting. And so I'm not quite, I assume she got notice, but I'm not quite sure.
All right, well, the court will note that these hearings are set and the notice would have been sent to your client by mail and she could either appear on Zoom or in court. State?
They'd ask that you forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
That'll be granted. I'll remand your client without bond. If you have contact with your client and if she appears, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I'll stay on it.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Luis Martinez, Deborah Lopez, she's in the courtroom. You're on mute, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, who's the prosecutor you're working with?
Marcus Sanders?
All right, Marcus, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
Brenda, we're gonna go on the record.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm just still here. Yeah, record number 2 with Kathleen, okay?
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 0247, State of Texas versus Deborah Ann Lopez. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Luis Martinez?
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any
No
objections
objections.
from the defense? All right. So a bond forfeiture was issued. Norma, can you check on Ms. Lopez to see if the remand without bond and bond forfeiture was issued in the system, please?
Yes, it was.
It was?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Ms. Lopez did not appear yesterday. Is there a reason for that, defense?
Judge, my understanding is that she was having some health issues. Her feet were very swollen. She did contact to inform me she was having those issues. She's been in court previously. She signed the reset form last time. So I have no doubt, I have no reason to doubt Ms. Lopez in her assertions to me. And so we'd ask the court to withdraw that bond forfeiture and recall that warrant.
State?
No objection, Judge.
All right, then the court will recall the bond forfeiture, reinstate the bond, and recall the warrant. Is this case headed for jury trial?
I believe it is, Judge. I've conferred with my client. I haven't talked to her since the last setting, but given what she's trying to get out of this case and where the state is, I don't think that we can bridge the gap at this point.
All right, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Judge.
All right, state, can you have me an acknowledgement of discovery by June 30th? Is that doable?
Yes, Judge.
And what date would you all like to appear for the jury trial?
Judge, we're both available July the 7th.
All right, Norma, do we have availability for July 7th for jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then we will set it on July 7th. State, do you have any objections to July 7th as the jury trial date?
No, Judge.
Defense, any objections to jury trial date of July 7th?
No, Judge.
Ms. Lopez, do you have any objection to a jury trial scheduled for July 7th?
No, ma'am. No, Judge.
All right, then, Ms. Lopez, you'll need to be in the courtroom at 9 a.m. on July 7th. You obviously know where it is because you're currently in the courtroom, and you'll need to be dressed for trial on that date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
At that time, the court will not accept any plea bargaining agreements. The court will only accept offers that are open to the court. The court will note in the docket, on the docketing sheet, your plea deadline date expired April 15th. So if there's nothing else, we'll close the record and the warrant is being recalled.
Thank you, Judge. That takes care of us.
Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
And Ms. Lopez, remain in the courtroom. They'll give you a reset form.
Yeah, Judge, I'll be there in just a few minutes to give a reset form.
Ms.
Okay.
Lopez, after you sign the reset form, Ms. Lopez, after you sign the reset form, could you call my office and make an appointment to come in so we can talk about your case?
I will.
Thank you so much.
All right. Jeff Mulliner.
Hi, Your Honor. I've had an opportunity to confer with the state, Mr. Nisbet. My client is present on screen, or was a second ago. I see her.
Yes.
We are being given an opportunity to apply for pretrial diversion. We owe the state a mitigation packet for their consideration. There is one disc of items that Mr. Nisbet and I came to an understanding that I do not yet have and need, and he's going to get to me almost immediately. We're requesting a regular reset. We're moving forward.
All right, and this is for PTD, is that correct?
Consideration for PTD. And Tom has approved it to be for us to apply, but no guarantee of acceptance. And he wants a mitigation packet, which I will prepare and provide.
All right, we will come back on July 20th for PTD update.
Okay, July 20 it is. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
I thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Arlene Gay is on the phone. We'll wait for her to continue.
I am ready, Your Honor. Multitasking.
Oh, no. Women always multitask. We're great at it.
I've already been on 3 Zooms this morning.
Okay, awesome. Well, your client, Autumn Glenn, seems to be in and out of Zoom.
Mm-hmm. I was able to, I'm sorry, Your Honor, go ahead.
No. Are you all ready?
Your Honor, we received an offer this morning. I've talked to my client about it. We like additional time to consider it. This is our first setting to gather some documents to give to Mr. Nisbet.
All right, just one moment. Autumn Glenn. All right, Norma, on Autumn Glenn, can you give them a 30-day reset?
July 20th.
All right, we'll see you back on July 20th.
And Your Honor, will this be by Zoom?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Have a good day, Your Honor, and
all right, thank you. You too. Continue to multitask.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Ron, I just received paperwork from your client and I've signed it. So if you will go back to the breakout room with your client so that the clerks can make sure they swear you in, and they'll let you know what paperwork they have. So if you'll go back to number 9, please, and you're muted.
Yes, Judge. I'll go back to 9 and I will wait further instructions.
All right, Brent Coffey, David Valdez, and you have another person?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, let's start with Mr. Valdez. What is happening on David Valdez?
I've been unable to make contact with him. He's a court-appointed client I received last June, about a year ago.
Just give us a moment. Court is calling 2021 CR 3954, State of Texas versus David Valdez. Could I have an announcement from the state?
David Martin for the state.
For the defense,
Brent Coffey. For the,
we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
no judge.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 11:13 a.m. For the record, there has not been a David Valdez on the Zoom screen. Deputy Mejia, has there been a David Valdez in the courtroom?
No, Judge, he is not.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, have you attempted contact?
Yes.
All right, state,
For a bond forfeiture and a warrant be issued.
that will be granted and the court will remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client and they present themselves, the court will reconsider.
Understood, Judge.
All right, we'll close the record on that case. And who is your other client?
Stephen Garza, an inmate.
All right, what is happening with Stephen Garza?
Mr. Garza also has several misdemeanors. We have an agreement with the state. He will be pleading on the misdemeanors, and this felony case will be dismissed.
All right, so when is that going to occur?
We are set for Thursday in County Court 11.
All right, Norma, are you able to recall Stephen Garza back on Friday? And if everything is taken care of, Mr. Coffey, then you won't have to show, of course.
Yes,
I'll be
Judge.
in touch with the misdemeanor prosecutors as well, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So Norma, can we recall this for Friday, the 18th? All right, we'll see you back on the 18th.
Yes,
Great.
And Norma, if you can let them know, I'm sorry, Mr. Coffey, yes?
Oh, I just said thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. And Norma, if you can let them know that 13C can go back.
thank you.
And Mr. Coffey, if you don't have anyone else with us, you're excused.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, anyone else? Ready? Okay, let me see who's in the breakout room.
Hello, Judge. I have a question.
Yes.
Is my lawyer still in the breakout room?
What is your attorney's name, Mr. Ova?
It's illegal, ma'am, and
So
it's Corley Legal.
Who is it?
Corley
It's
Legal.
Linda Corley.
Yes, ma'am. Linda Corley.
Yes, she is in breakout. She's still in the breakout room with the prosecutor.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I just wanted to know.
Sure, no problem. Yes. Mr. Tristan? Francisco Tristan?
Yes, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Tristan, we're going to call your case back on June 29th, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you for your patience.
Okay, thank you. You have a nice day.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
And Norma, if you can let them know that 14B can go back. All right, Mr. Zimmerman, we're going to proceed on your case. Is there a prosecutor available for Ricardo Tovar?
I can do it if I just know what we're doing.
Oh, yes, it's a plea and I'll go, and it's no application.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Tovar, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2021 CR 2486, State of Texas versus Ricardo Tovar. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
David Martin.
for the defense?
Ron Zimmerman.
And are you Ricardo Tovar?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Tovar, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I believe so, Your Honor, and I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Tovar, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do, Judge.
State, it appears you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Tovar, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That is a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call them the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, sorry about that. All right, Mr. Tovar, did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, he has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Tovar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is asking that your punishment be assessed at 30 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code. There's a $0 fine, no application for community supervision or deferred adjudication, and restitution of $57 to the San Antonio Police Department for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, Mr. Tovar, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Offer states one in the attachments.
Any objections?
No objection.
Mr. Tovar, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call on the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, laboratory reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. All right, does the defendant have enough for judgment satisfied with regards to this or no?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right, so off the record for a moment, Brenna, what are you all planning to do? Is he turning himself in? Is he going to do the essay give back? What are we doing?
Well, Judge, I thought he would turn himself in or report, Judge. And if we could, if that is to be the case, we would like to have him come in a week to get his affairs in order, Judge.
All right. Does he want to go into custody or does he want to do San Antonio give back? That's where, Mr. Tovar, that is where instead of going to the Bexar County Jail, you will do community service work. And it's hot, but hey, it will be probably be outdoor work.
I'm fine with that. I'd rather do that than go to jail, honestly.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Norma, can we reset? We're back on the record, Brenda. Norma, can we reset this for 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on the 28th.
All right, and what's gonna end up happening, I'm gonna send you, yeah, don't high five people, Mr. Tovar.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. That's my wife. I'm sorry.
All right. All right, and I'm sure your wife has a list of things for you to do because I've noticed that that wall has been like that for a long time. So now you're going to end up doing community service work for somebody else and still have to come home to that.
Yes, you're right, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, what date are we coming?
We can do the 28th.
All right, we're going to come back on June 28th by Zoom. Mr. Tovar, if you are not back on Zoom by 28th, a warrant's going to be issued. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to have you evaluated for SA Gives Back. Just one moment, please. All right, so we're going to come back on June 28th. I'm going to send you both to a breakout room. And Rebecca, if you can let SA Gives Back know that he is looking at 30 days in the Bexar County Jail.
And how many weekends would you like for it to be done? The month or?
Because how many days do they work? Do they work both Saturday and Sundays?
I believe so. And it's 4-hour shifts.
Yeah, the entire month.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Tovar, I'm going to send you to a breakout room, and you were high-fiving, but let me just tell you, it's going to be 100 degrees out there.
It's fine by me, man. I've done construction my whole life. I'm good with it.
All right, take your sunscreen. All right, Ron, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
Okay, Judge.
And Rebecca, if you could go to 6.
And I will help fill in Mr. Tovar as to the San Antonio Gives Back program.
All right, thank you. And everyone, just give me one quick moment, please. All right, Mr. Zimmerman, I sent you a request to go to breakout room number 6.
Okay, Judge, I will go forthwith.
And just one moment, Mr. Zimmerman, before you go, I'm putting something in the chat box to you. All right, there you are. Linda.
Yes, I'm aware of that, Judge.
All right, thank you. Linda Corley.
Yes, Judge. So Kim Bexar was here earlier for me, and she conferred with Mr. Morris, Mr. Hunter Morris, and I believe they're requesting some time to contact the complaining witness in reference to medical records or costs.
All right.
We can have a regular reset.
Yes, Judge. This is there is a victim statement that is in the process of making its way back to the court, Judge, as well as hospital records, property damage records.
Okay.
All that will be part of consideration when extending the offer. A regular reset should be plenty, Judge.
All right, thank you. Norma, what page is this on? Does anyone see it on the docket?
Oh, page 11.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you back on July 20th.
July 20th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May my client I be excused? I don't know if he's here.
Yes, he is here.
Okay, terrific. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right, Tony Hernandez.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
This is Santiago. Am I excused?
Yes, you're excused. Just get in touch with your attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank you.
your time. You have a blessed one.
All right, thank you, you too.
Yes, Judge, we needed to confer.
Who's your client?
Servando Menchaca Jr.
And is it criminal trial division?
Yes, Judge, it's a felony DDR.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and Norma, can you see if Miss Laura Leflin can come back, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And we also need Kyle Ernst.
I'm gonna go back there in just a few moments, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. And they should call the state. All right, Valentina. Christina, you're here on Christina Montez.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I'm here on behalf of Christina Montez.
All right. Have you had a chance to confer with the state? You're on mute.
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. And it appears that it's criminal trial division. So what I'll do is I'll send you to a breakout room. Is there a prosecutor available for a possession less than a gram case on Christina Montez?
Sure, Judge.
All right, so courtroom, if you can go, let me see where you are. If you go to breakout room number 2, please. All right, thank you. Tony Hernandez, you're back on Menchaca.
Yes, Judge, is he on? We were on the phone with him a few minutes ago, so I'm assuming.
No, he's not on.
Okay, I know he's attempting to. We just spoke to him a minute ago. Let me check and I'll be right back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, just give me a moment, please. Oh my goodness. Christina Montez. Yes, nobody wants to see your boyfriend or whoever that is half dressed. I don't need to see that.
Sorry about that. He's not see. She can't see it like this. And the exceptional service.
Listen, no one needs to see that.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Tom, can I see you in breakout room number 1? And Norma, can you meet us in 1, please?
Yes, sir.
And everyone, just give me a moment. And everyone, please keep your clothes on. Brenda, I never thought I'd have to say that, but obviously I do. Meredith, this reminds me of a school, elementary school, where you leave the room and you're trying to make sure that everybody was okay. So you just have one student. So did everyone keep their clothes on while I was gone? Did anybody become undressed?
I don't think so, Judge.
All right, I appreciate that. Brenda, I never thought I would have to say that. And so you know that the saying is, okay, calm down, keep your clothes on. Now there's just not a saying anymore.
Isn't that keep your pants on, Judge?
Well, let's not put anything out there for anybody, Tony.
No ideas.
Yeah. All right, Ron, you're back. You're completed with your client.
Yes, Judge, and I have conferred with him concerning the other situation in the other court. And also conferred with the COO as well, too. Judge, if there's nothing else, may I be excused?
Yes, you're excused. Just make sure you and your client are back so we can see about the essay gives back.
Yep, thank you, Judge.
All right, and Ron, let your client know, once he's accepted in that program, don't come back complaining about it's too hot.
Well, I think the fires of hell might be a little bit hotter. I don't know, Judge. So,
okay.
But some people might consider Texas to be synonymous with that. But anyway, I don't. I love this state. But anyway,
yes.
Thank you.
All right, you too. Have a good one. Tony, your client zoomed in.
Okay, Judge, I think we have a deal. Well, I know we have a deal.
All right, do you need your client in the breakout room?
No, I spoke to him on the phone.
All right, well, if you all get the paperwork done, we will do it.
I'm sending Tom our email addresses right now.
All righty.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
2315. Whoops.
All right, everyone. Jorge Canales on Eric Garay, what are we doing?
Just signing paperwork, Judge.
Okay. All right, as soon as I receive the paperwork, I will sign it.
Thank you, Judge.
Hi, Valentina, you're back?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back. I've conferred with the state. I need to convey the plea bargain offer to my client, Christina Montes. However, to this date, I haven't been able to.
Oh, she's on the Zoom. Just one
Yes.
moment. Ms. Montez?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 to speak with your attorney.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, may I check with my client to see if he's having any trouble with the paperwork?
Yes. Mr. Gary, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. He's telling me that there's paperwork and it's probably in your box. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5. All right, Valentina, you're back?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back. I'd like to get.
Just one second. Excuse me, you need to go to the breakout room. Oh, bye. Officer, you need to take him probably to the breakout room to go over paperwork. Thank you. All right, I'm sorry, Miss Valentina.
If I could get a reset for now.
All right, can you have your client come from the breakout room? She's in breakout room number 3. If you'll go to number 3 and tell her to come back to the main room. All right, Miss Montez, could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Valentina, has your client been given an offer?
Yes, she has, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll recall this on July 20th. And Miss Montez, you'll need to be back on Zoom July 20th. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and defense, do you have all of your clients' contact information?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, then you and your client are excused. We'll see you back on July 20th.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Excuse-
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Thank you. Everyone, just give me a moment. Norma, can you check and see if Laura Lefton, can you get her back in here, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was trying to unmute. Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Judge, I sent you a chat.
Okay. All right, thank you, Norma.
You're welcome.
All right, Norma, on her client, Clinton Bradley, just recall that for tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge,
Yes.
can you put me in a breakout room with Eric Gray?
Yes, that's in room number 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Lupe, he's in the main room, so you can just swear him in here, please. And Mr. Trevino, who is your attorney?
That'd be Alfonso Cabanas, I believe.
All right, your attorney is running late. We're going to recall you back for 2 p.m. today, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. And everyone, we're going to take this last plea, then we're going to take our break.
Your Honor, which plea is it?
It's Garay. And so the cases that will be coming back this afternoon are Menchaca, Trevino, and then we have motions on Mike Marino and David Morales. Those are family violence cases. And let me let Tony know.
Judge, I sent a chat to Norma, but I just started paperwork on that one. Menchaca.
Judge Lauren says she's logging in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Eric Gray,
Sir.
raise your right hand, sir. You understand these waivers presented by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
You understand by signing them, you're giving up the rights to a jury trial,
Yes, sir.
and everything's true and correct to help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Put your hand down. And let me just double check everything, make sure all the paperwork is complete. Hold on, okay?
All right, court is calling 2018 CR 2111, State of Texas versus Clinton Bradley. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Your Honor, sorry, Lauren Lefton. Oh, wait, I'm not for the state. I apologize.
Is there a state's attorney present, please,
Meredith McIntyre for the state judge.
for the defense?
Lauren Lefton for Mr. Bradley.
We're proceeding by Zoom because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
For the record, this hearing was called at 9 a.m. It is now 12:07 p.m. The defendant, Clinton Dean Bradley, has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Mejia, has there been a Clinton Bradley in the courtroom at all today?
No, Judge.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client? At about 10 a.m., I did try to contact him through his bondsman. However, I did not receive a response from them.
All right, state.
I'd ask that the court forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
Court will grant that motion. The court will remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client and he presents himself to the court, then the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor. We will do that.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice day. Bye.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, thank you. All right, who are the parties on Garay?
Jure for the state.
Jorge Canals for Garay.
Court is calling 2021 CR 4792, State of Texas versus Eric Garay. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Jure Garcia for the state.
For the defense?
Jorge Canals for defense.
All right, and are you Mr. Garay? Are you Mr. Garay?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Garay, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes,
I have,
ma'am.
Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Garay, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
State waives the habitual enhancement paragraphs.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Garay, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with as assault, family second offense as a third-degree felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a
Yes, ma'am.
$10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state, I'm sorry, just one moment. Rebecca, this is going to end up being a cap offer, so we'll still need a PSI report.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Sorry. Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Garay, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is waiving the habitual enhancement allegation. Punishments be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state will remain silent on your application. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Valeria, Valeria Garay. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead? Guilty,
Guilty.
not guilty, or no
Guilty.
contest?
Guilty, ma'am.
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea.
State offers takes Exhibit 1 and all its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Norma, can we have a date for PSI, please?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. We'll come back on July 12th.
All right, we'll be back on July 12th, Mr. Garay. That will take place at 9 a.m. By Zoom. If you're bonded out, then you'll need to be in court in person on July 12th. The court will make a decision on your application based upon the PSI report I receive and any other evidence that's presented to me. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to send you to a breakout room with probation, and they will tell you what you need to do. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. And Mr.
Judge.
Canales, you can go to number 4 as well. Yes.
Judge, I had sent an email earlier. PSI is requesting a longer time.
All right, Norma, we'll need a longer time other than the July date.
How much time, Rebecca?
They sent an email saying, I think it's 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
August 2nd.
All right, Mr. Gary, if you are on bond, you will need to come back to court in person on August 2nd. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are still in custody, we'll have your hearing by Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you all will then go to the breakout rooms that I've sent you to, which is breakout room number 4, please. And with that, we will